Jesus was born in Bethlehem. He grew up in Nazareth, and he performed his first miracle at the wedding in Cana of Galilee. There he changed water into wine. In 2 John, there you find the account of that miracle, the first miracle that Jesus performed. They were at that wedding. I've been in that place. It's a church built on top of it right now. When they ran out of wine and his mother came to him to perform a miracle to save the day, Jesus' response to her request is of vital importance. Listen to me. It is of vital importance. Don't miss it. Here's what he said. Dear woman, my time has not yet come. So instead of creating a ruckus and a spectacle, he quietly performed the miracle. What does he mean by my time has not yet come? In John chapter 7, when his brothers who did not believe in him and they were skeptical, but after the resurrection, they died for him. James and Jude both died martyrs for Christ. But before that, they were taunting him. They were making fun of him. They said to him, why don't you go to the temple and reveal your messiahship? Why keep it a secret? Anyone with 1% of your power want to go in there and attract attention to themselves and declare his messiahship. And Jesus replied, I'm not seeking publicity, not yet. My time has not come. My time has not come. On several occasions throughout his earthly ministry, he referred to the fact that he had a secret timetable that he was following, that he has a heavenly calendar, not an earthly calendar by which he's operating. And finally, 3 years after his teaching and healing the sick and raising the dead, he comes into Jerusalem and enters the week before his crucifixion and resurrection on the Sunday which we call Palm Sunday. And he comes in there riding on a donkey, just like Zechariah said. And that was the time they declared him king. Now is the fulfillment of that secret timetable. Now is the heaven-appointed hour. Now is the time to declare his kingship. And when the crowd who heard his teaching and benefited and were touched by his miracles, when they saw him coming on a donkey, they began to cry out and say, blessed is the king who comes in the name of the Lord. But his enemies, they did not like that at all. Like the enemies of Christ today, keep that name out of public life. We don't want to hear the name of Jesus. Don't you pray publicly in the name of Jesus. We don't want to hear the name of Jesus. You know why? Because the devil trembles at the name of Jesus. And so they cried out to him and said, silence them, silence them. And we all know the story, but we take it for granted and what it really means. And here's what Jesus said. He said, if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out. What is he doing? He's now permitting them to declare his kingship. Now he is saying, go ahead, call me king, for that's what I am. What has changed? Why didn't he do it in the beginning of his ministry? Why did he wait until that moment and he allowed them to call him king? Because that's the time when it was meticulously and miraculously and precisely foretold by Daniel the prophet. Listen carefully. In Daniel chapter 9, the archangel Gabriel gave Daniel an exact date and time on when Jesus is going to be crucified and resurrected. It wasn't a haphazard guess, within a matter of few days or few weeks or few years, give or take. No. Hear me right, please. Listen, Jesus is no founder of a religion. Jesus is not another prophet. Jesus is not a preacher of the God consciousness. No, in a million, no. He is the only one true God. And if you do the math in Daniel chapter 9, and I encourage you to do that, you will find the exact number of days from the time of Daniel to the time of Jesus entering into Jerusalem. It was 173,880 days. It was March 14, and we know that from Nehemiah. It was March 14, 445 BC, when Daniel was given that prophecy. And if you add 173,880 days to that date of March 14, 445, you will come up with the fact that Jesus arrived to Jerusalem on Sunday, April 6, 32 AD.